Here's a quick glimpse at part 1. I wanted a boy and a girl, so if baby T2 is a girl, we're done. I'm finished, no more.
I just remember just kind of seeing her and everything kind of went into like slow motion. And I was like, who is that?
I did not pass gas in front of you before that day. I said I love you first.
That's because I tricked her to say it first.
Yeah, this guy. Larianne and Roody. Hey guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Q&A. We have so many more questions lined up for you guys. You did an amazing job asking questions, and I can't believe how many questions we got. So thank you for all of that, and let's continue. When did you first really know she was the one you wanted to spend the rest of your life with? I think that one is similar to how do you know each other was the one, but I realized that I wanted to spend the rest of my life with Roody after our many monthly evaluations that we did. I realized that, you know, it was kind of working. Like, I could see us working together and having a relationship that wasn't going to end, you know, in like a terrible breakup. Like, we were really on the road to marriage from day one.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say from my point.
Yeah.
When we first started dating, I pretty much treated it as her being with me forever.
Yeah.
You know, and I also didn't want to make the mistake of having it continue to be forever just as boyfriend girlfriend. I made sure I sealed the deal, you know, at a certain point to let everybody know and see that, you know, we're in it to win it.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that, you cornball.
But yeah, I'm very weird. I was pretty much, we're dating and I'm just like, this is it.
You're saying I'm like I didn't do the same thing.
No. But I'm talking from like my point. Like,
well, I give
really
you permission to say we, because we have the same sentiment.
Yeah. So we dated, we courted, and we got married with the thought in mind that we're in it together forever.
Amen. Do you guys think you would ever get bored or tired of one another? I feel like I could never get bored with Roody because of what I said earlier about all of our adventures and always keeping it interesting. Could I get tired of him? Yes. Sometimes I get tired of Roody, and I feel like I'm allowed to say that because then I snap out of it and I'm feeling okay. That's how marriage works. Like, you have to understand that when you marry someone, you're not gonna feel the love for each other every single day. Like, I'm not gonna be head over heels in love with him for the rest of my life for all the time, you know?
Not that she's not in love with me, it's just you're not gonna just be like, oh my gosh, every second.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not something that you feel every second of every day for the rest of your life. Some days you're gonna want to strangle your spouse, you're going to want to run away from your spouse, and that is completely normal. But the thing is, you have to come back to
run away.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to run. Like, sometimes I just want to be single, and that feeling should never last for more than, if anything, shouldn't last longer than a few.
Alone time.
Sometimes I just want to be single. Sometimes I watch some TV shows of what the single girls are doing, and or mother or childless people are doing. It's a normal thing, but the thing is to never dwell on those feelings, because that's when you get yourself in trouble. So if I'm feeling that way for more than a few minutes, something's wrong. Okay, it never lasts for that long. It's probably just a few seconds, if anything. I do get tired of you, dear, and I'm sure you get tired of me too, because apparently you get sick of me not doing what you ask me to do.
That's not me getting tired of you.
I mean, it's a little frustrating. Frustration and getting tired of someone, they're kind of close, but yeah. Did you have anything to add?
I'm the type of person that kind of, or thinks that they can poke into the future and kind of see how they see themselves. And I don't really see myself getting tired of learning. Like in my mind, I have like a step-by-step process in how I am going to be with Larianne in the future as we both age together. I see she's gonna be a sexy old lady. Like seriously. When we get to the 40s and 50s, I'm gonna have to be really careful because, like, I'll punch somebody.
You'd punch somebody now. You're funny.
Yeah.
Why you never introduce your in-laws to us? For those of you guys who have been watching forever, you already know what my in-laws look like. Roody gets his shyness and camera shyness from his parents. Like, they're not the kind of people that you just stick a camera in their face. My mother is more open, and so is my father. Not as much. My father gets a little strange, as you've seen. My mother is more open to it, and she'll entertain the camera and stuff. But Roody's parents are a little bit more reserved. So, you know, when they do get camera time, it's like I kind of stole the moment type of thing. But I don't want to just shove the camera in their face, because that's disrespectful.
So basically they've been introduced before.
Yeah, they have been introduced.
They pop up from time to time.
Yeah. Were you guys friends / speak to each other in high school? Yes, we were. We spoke to each other first on Facebook, and then we finally met in person in the hallway somewhere, briefly.
300.
Near the library.
Yeah.
One of your most embarrassing moments to happen in front of each other? To be honest, I never really had an embarrassing moment with Roody because I was always so comfortable with him. We have been through so many disgusting things together. And I mean, I obviously can't go into detail about that, but Roody was there on my left side when I was giving birth. I mean, you know, there's just so many things that have happened that are absolutely disgusting, but I don't think I've ever really felt embarrassed. Probably when I pass gas and it smells really bad. That's probably because, you know, like I feel badly for him, so that's why I feel embarrassed. But otherwise, it's like whatever happens, happens. I don't care. You have the same sentiments. It's like whatever.
Yeah, embarrassing moments come and go. They don't really linger for me.
Yeah, because he's not a stranger. Like, we've done so much together. It's like at this point, you don't really feel embarrassed and remember anything about it. Who kissed who first?
I tricked her again.
Roody, I'm telling you, I am so upset. If there's anything I could redo, I would have redone our first kiss, okay?
I would have taken control.
Roody made me kiss him in the parking lot at Target in his car. And it took me like 5 minutes to muster up the courage because I'm that kind of person. And I just reached over and I went, It wasn't even like, it was so,
Because you're trying to pull back and end the moment quick.
I mean, it was just a peck. I just went like that.
She did that for like the next month.
That's not true, Roody.
Yeah.
That's not true, because that same night when you came to my house to meet my mother, what did I do outside of the house?
You give me a quick peck.
No, I went.
Nope.
That is.
She didn't do more than one kiss up until like
the 4th of July.
A barbecue that we did on 4th of July, where I forced her again to do it.
You're such a bad person.
For like forever, she just would do a quick peck.
Oh my gosh.
Sometimes she wouldn't even do it at all.
Are you gonna try to have a VBAC? With every fiber of my being, I'm gonna try so hard. There's a 95% chance that I will have a C-section again. That's what my doctor said. But I'm gonna hold on to that 5% chance of having a vaginal birth because it's something I really want to do. I honestly had a really hard time with my C-section recovery, and I never want to experience that again.
Well, but the thing is that she recovered well.
You say that, dear, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, like, I saw all the women that had the C-sections. They were in very bad condition. And then I would go back to the room, and like, of course, Larianne is recovering and stuff, but she recovered quick. Like, I was shocked.
Well, in any case, whether I have a speedy recovery or not, I still want a vaginal birth because I've always wanted that. What advice do you have for people in new relationships? Well, if you're in a new relationship, the first thing I have to tell you is make sure that you're not just dating for fun, because I just don't understand the point of that. Date with intention. You're less likely to be heartbroken that way. You know what I mean? Like, don't just get with someone just to get with someone, because then if the feelings aren't reciprocated, like you are falling hard for this guy and he's not falling hard for you, then, you know, that sucks. So my advice is date with intention and make your intentions known. So like, the first date shouldn't be talking about what's your favorite color, what's your favorite movie. Like, you should be talking about serious things that matter and lay it all out on the table then and there. As unspontaneous as that sounds, it will get you further. Like you'll decide then and there if this is someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, possibly. If you're 16, 17, then that might not be the right advice for you. But if you're 16, 17 and you're not dating with intention, then why are you dating? I just got too deep. I got too deep. But you know what I mean. Do you have advice there?
Sí.
Do you speak patwa or pure English in your household? Well, Rudy's parents are straight from Haiti. Straight from Haiti. I am straight from Jamaica. So the languages spoken here in the house are mostly English, but I'd say that 50% of the time that Rudy communicates with his parents, or they communicate with each other, they're speaking Creole, and nobody really speaks patwa here. Probably 10% of the time when I'm angry, or you know, when I'm joking, or when Rudy's joking. Rudy speaks patwa too. But yeah, so we don't really speak patwa here, just English and Creole. What helped you build your great relationship?
We used to do like an evaluation thing when we were dating. I think that helped a lot because not only did it force us to communicate, it forced us to bring out issues that I look back on as small now. I mean, they were bigger then, but because you know we've worked through them, they're tiny issues, and that's what it did. It brought out issues, and we talked about how we want to resolve them or how we want to minimize this to increase, you know, something else. And that's it. Then it kind of just gets included in what your daily life. Like, we don't have to sit down and write it down anymore. It's just like, hey, you need to stop, or you need to start listening to what I have to do.
You're so annoying. Yeah, I definitely think that that's what made our relationship so great, you know? Just every single month, sit down, write down what you don't like about each other. It's that simple.
Because imagine, like, when we were dating, we didn't talk about something that was bothering both of us. We let that build, grow, and grow, and grow. I could have just dissolved the whole thing. We probably wouldn't have been together.
Yeah.
And, you know, looking back, it's the pettiest thing ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you borrowed my pencil and never gave it back.
Yeah.
You know, don't let small things ruin something great.
I told Rudy that I didn't want to hate him later on in life, so I gotta let him know stuff now. And that was my reason for doing the monthly evaluations, because, you know, if I don't like the fact that you drop lotion on the floor every time you use it, you know, after a while, all of that anger is just gonna build up.
Drop lotion.
Yeah, it's like added to the fact that I don't like the fact that you leave your toothbrush on the sink. I'm making these up. Yeah. Like, you drop the lotion on the floor when you use it, you leave the toilet seat up, you leave your toothbrush on the sink, you don't close the curtain after you take a shower. Those things are gonna keep adding up, and then after a year, I have had it, I can't stand you, you make me sick, you're disgusting, you're a pig. Like, you know, I'd rather just tell you straightforward, like, from the moment I see it, Rudy, I don't like that you did that. Then what's Rudy gonna do? He's gonna work on it, and he's also gonna come back at me and be like, well, boo, you leave the light on when you, well, I mean, we weren't living together, but you know what I mean. Like, then he counters and tells me what he doesn't like about me, and that's what helped us get rid of all the stuff that we didn't like about each other and focus on the positive instead. Any advice for newlyweds? Newlyweds, enjoy that first year. You know, the first year is the hardest because if you didn't live together before marriage, which you shouldn't, you're gonna be spending this time getting to know what it's like to live with a woman who's not your mother, or a man that's not your father or your brother, you know what I mean. So it's gonna be
a big learning curve.
It's huge, and it's gonna bring up a lot of arguments. You're gonna find out that he leaves the toilet seat up, she leaves her socks on the floor, she doesn't roll the toothpaste the same way that you do. Like, it's those little things, and just as we mentioned before, you have to address them as they happen, or find a day in the month to talk about it so that you're addressing the small issues, so it doesn't just build up at the end of the year.
You know, it's a good thing, because sometimes those evaluations can be really tough and stressful. Mm-hmm. Like, it's almost like a planned argument sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Actually, every single time.
Yeah, go on a trip. go, you know, or go on a date. You know, if you guys are still dating, go on a date afterwards. It works. You'll be totally relaxed. And sometimes some of the stuff that was said will go through your mind. It's like, okay, I understand, you know?
Or sometimes, I'm saying this for all the grown folks watching, sometimes the intimacy that builds from this frustration that you have after telling each other what you don't like is good for your marriage, boo. That's a pro tip. Things I wish I had known. I can't really remember our first year, you know?
What?
I can't. Like, because first of all, we got married as virgins. I feel like a broken record every time I say this. So obviously the first thing that we focused on was the sex. We get to do it now. I kind of wish we had held on to the innocence of exploring each other. You know what I mean?
I still explore.
No, you know, like for this, I'm talking to newlyweds. If you're 14 years old, I'm sorry, this conversation is not for you. But like, try to cling to your little innocence. Try to cling to the want of exploring each other. You know what I mean? Like having fun with each other, just rolling around naked with each other. Just cling to that, because I find that a lot of couples, a lot of married couples, after a while they just get so comfortable that they just do the same thing over and over again, and they lose the fun, the spiciness that comes with being married to your soulmate. So yeah, that's what I wish I had done. It's too late now. We've been married for 5 years.
Not too late.
Yeah, we're way past that first year. So
well, yeah, but
I wish that we had
that
held
part,
on.
I don't agree with that small tiny part. I still do. I try to switch it up, like change things, and make things special.
Alright.
So yeah.
What are some inexpensive dates you all go on? And also, what are your traditions as a couple for special occasions or otherwise? Inexpensive dates, Netflix and chill. Now that's a cheap date. It only costs $10 a month.
Yeah, $10.
And we also have Hulu and Amazon Prime and all that stuff, but that's as cheap as it gets. Like, settle down in your bed with a nice movie.
You know, yeah, after everything is done, you're done with work, you have nothing else left to do, chores are done, you know, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna watch a movie with so-and-so. We're gonna chill, watch a movie, laugh. Sometimes picking the right movie is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
You guys need a laugh, comedy. You guys need to just chill, watch stuff, you know, appropriate.
Just gather some popcorn and some snacks and boom, done, did it. How do we celebrate special occasions? Well, for me, I like food. So Rudy knows that if it's my birthday or Valentine's Day or anniversary, I like food and I like chocolate covered strawberries. That's how I celebrate. I want to be celebrated. For Rudy, he's not very picky. He'll take anything I give to him. So it's either we can go out to eat or
which
I can
I'm
make him
starting
a
to
cake.
like a lot. So I'm like going out.
Yeah.
Well, I think now because like we said before, we've kind of cut back on that a little bit because you know we have our son. So when we do get the chance on a special day to go out, I go for it.
When you guys argue, what are some of the things you argue about? How do you guys resolve the conflict? We argue about the dumbest things.
Sometimes we're saying the same exact thing.
Yeah, but we're saying it in different ways and we don't really realize until the end of the argument, and then we're just like, okay. But in general, we don't argue about anything too serious, you know? Like, our conflict is nothing that would ever lead us to the path of divorce. You know, it's never that serious, but of course, in the moment, I am so hot-headed and I'm just like, this guy is so stupid and he can't see my point. And, you know, he's probably thinking the same thing about me. And then in the end, it's like, we resolve it somehow. It's always resolved. You know, we try not to go to bed angry because that's not good. We try to just resolve it as quickly as possible. So, I can't really give you any details. How do we resolve it, though? We just resolve it by talking to each other respectfully, and that's it. Alright guys, so that's it for our Q&A. Man, that was a lot. So I hope that you enjoyed these 2 parts of the video. We had to split them up because it was just a lot. But thank you guys so much for the questions. You guys make me feel like a celebrity. I can't believe we had so many questions. And I felt like this was like a date night in and of itself.
Really?
Yeah, because you're cuddling with me.
Am I?
You got your arm around me. And you let me kiss you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And we will talk to you next time. Bye!